Driving thousands of kilometers can make for a great road trip, but sometimes you don't have to go all that far for a memorable experience. Last year I took my son on a road trip to Italy and we had great fun. But I also have a daughter and she was a little bit miffed that he and I had shared this adventure together and she had been left outside. So I decided to plan another road trip, even though I'd already been on one this year with my brother to Belgium. She's not quite as old as my son, and she hasn't got his patience anyway. So I needed to find somewhere that was a bit closer. Basically a shorter road trip, so I knew that if she had a meltdown or something like that, we could easily get home. We could cut it short. And living in Denmark, close to Copenhagen, going right across the pond over to Sweden was the obvious choice. So, one summer day, we threw our bags in the car and headed north towards Helsingør, or Elsinore in English, and the ferry to Sweden. Usually this isn't much of a hassle. The ferries sail all day long, so usually you don't have to wait long to get a spot. The trip itself is about 20 minutes, and then you're in Sweden. And usually that's it. Except this time, the Swedes decided that they wanted to see passports, and wouldn't you know, I forgot ours. You haven't had to show your passport traveling from Denmark to Sweden in my entire lifetime. This is the first time ever, and I forgot them. Luckily, my driver's license was enough, so we made it through, but yeah, heads up there. My daughter is an Ikea fan, so I decided to bring her to Älmhult, where the first Ikea store ever is located, and now there's a museum there, so I thought it'd be fun to see that. From Älmhult, we headed north and west again, back towards the coast, and I'd chosen a couple of very scenic routes, passing through some nice woodland and some forest lakes, really pretty. Specifically, I was heading for the small village of Bolmen, where there's a ferry across the lake to Sunnaryd, and the ferry is free. What do you know? I didn't even know that before we went there, but hey, cool. So basically you just arrive there, and if the ferry isn't on your side, you pick up the phone. You call the captain on the other side and say, hey, I'm here waiting, and he'll sail over and pick you up. Fantastic. ferry just happened to carry the Swedish AC Cobra Club or something like that, just like the little bit of icing on the cake. And from Sunnarud, we just basically took the scenic route to Varberg and our hotel for the evening. Well, for the next 2 nights, actually. The hotel was chosen specifically because they have a spa and indoor pool, which takes children. Not many of the hotels do. Now for day 2, the plan was to drive up to Göteborg and visit World of Volvo and Liseberg, Sweden's most famous amusement park. The easiest way to get there would obviously be the motorway, but that's not really what we're there for, not with this nice old Volvo. So we took the scenic road once again. And scenic it was. Oh, those Swedish lakes, they're really pretty. I won't get too much into Göteborg. We went to see World of Volvo, of course, which is lots of Volvos, including the record holder for mileage, 5 million kilometers. Whoa. A P1800, by the way, just like mine. Yeah, and then Liseberg, which is well, it's a nice amusement park. It's like it's similar to Tivoli in Copenhagen, and very crowded. But hey, she enjoyed it, so it's all good. And on the third day, it was time to head home again. But this is a road trip, so of course we're going to take the scenic route as well. More woodland, more lakes, more idyllic Swedish settings. And the main break of the day would be Kullen, which is like a small peninsula jutting out north of Helsingborg. Kullen is the home of the Swedish beach culture, and yeah, I think actually beach culture in itself, the first place that men and women went to the beach together, we knew back in the day. The Kullen generally has kept this era of exclusivity for the last couple of 100 years. My daughter loves sweets, obviously, so my plan was to bring her to a famous Swedish cake restaurant. It's called Flickorna Lundgren. I was there many years ago and remember it as quite something special, so I thought she'd enjoy it a lot. We weren't the only ones with that idea. Whoa, what a line. But with a bit of patience, we got our cakes, and they were delicious. And then we headed on out to the very end of Kullen, and a great view. Very nice place. So it was time to head for home. So we drove down from Kullen to Mölle, a seaside town. Very pretty. And from there it's just an hour's drive to Helsingborg and the ferry back to Denmark.